Hey guys, welcome to Creative Piano Academy with me, Joseph Sikora, and today we're looking at the most epic chord progression ever. It just sounds so good, you're gonna love it. Yes, today I'm going to show you the most epic chord progression ever. Full disclosure, it's my opinion, it's not a fact, but it's a great route in. I'm going to show you loads of different ways to play it so you can make it your own and expand on it and kind of find your route in. Now remember, this channel is all about simple techniques to get you playing better piano and having way more fun with it. Sounds good? Smash that subscribe button. Now, let's get going. What is all this? I don't know. Okay guys, so I'm going to show you these two chords that work really, really well together. I've called it the most epic chord progression ever. The truth is, it just sounds really good. It creates a really nice soundscape so long as you know what you're doing with it. You know, like anything, it can sound great or it can sound a bit boring. So I'm going to show you a few ways in this video how we can take these two chords and make them sound really, really good. I'm going to take these chords and kind of demonstrate how we can start off from perhaps a more boring place and take them into a more epic, more interesting place. And then I'm going to give you some exercises that you can take away, do for yourself, and try and get familiar with these chords so you can get creative with it for yourself and really understand and internalize what I'm trying to show you here. Now, the band U2 were absolutely amazing at using just these two chords. If you like U2 or you don't like U2, it's kind of irrelevant, really. They're just like, they were just masters at it. So you ready for these two chords? Are you ready? C and F. Yes, it's that simple. We've got C and we've got F. But remember, it's how you play it, okay? So let's see if we can get these two chords. We just got a normal C triad here, and we've got a normal F triad here. So that's C, E, and G, and that's F, A, and C. Now, to keep things simple, I'm going to demonstrate all this in the key of C, but if you want to take that to any other key, then the chords that we're going to use are chords 1, which is this one, because it's chord 1 in the key of C, which is a C major chord, and chord 4 in the key of C, which is an F major chord, and we're just going to alternate between those two. So this is how they sound. C, F, C, F. Okay. Now, let's see if we can get a rhythm going with this, okay? So we'll bring it, instantly we can just take it further down the piano and it'll sound better anyway, so I'll show you. Let's take these two chords and just create a steady pulse with them, okay? So in my right hand and my left hand, I'm just gonna ride on those chords like this. Okay? So that sounds a little bit better. So after we've done that, we can perhaps like spice it up a little bit more by introducing a bit of rhythm. So in my right hand, I could like... Now, I was kind of hinting at it there, but another thing I could do is I could bring in a melody, okay? So let me just turn this up. I need to hear myself. So I could start off on a C again. Okay, so straight away we've gone from just going here, just these two noddy kind of chords like this, and we've taken it to sound a little bit more like, it has a bit more impact on it. So it kind of, it gives it like, I've used the term a soundscape because it's almost hypnotic. It just keeps going and going and going, and it kind of draws you in and wraps you into it. And before you know it, you're just listening to all these nice subtle little melodies that are pouring through. And again, U2 are fantastic at that. To give you an example, if I brought in a bit of a more complex rhythm in the right hand, I could bring in this little B here. So I forget which U2 song it is, but it's like, if that sounds familiar, that's because it is, yeah. Another thing I could do, which sounds really, really good, is introduce like a drone note, okay? So I can drone in my right hand, I can drone in my left hand. And what I mean by that is I keep one particular note going throughout the chord change. So how that could sound is, let's say we've got this C chord here. I'm just going to keep that C riding through the whole thing. So that would sound like this. You know, I'm playing it a bit, I'm bringing in a bit of dynamic changes there, and I'm making it, or I'm trying to make it a little more interesting for you. So to show you the difference there, we've got C and then a normal F. And then if I stay on C, now, another thing I can do is, I know I'm overloading you here, but we are going to do some specific, I am going to give you some solid, tangible exercises for you to do, so stick with me. And another thing I could do is I could bring in sustain chords, and all of a sudden that adds a new little dimension to it as well. So, for instance, if we start off with our C chord, I'm going to switch to F, I'm going to do a C sus4 chord here, okay? Let's see what that sounds like, just keeping that C going, just like before. There we go. Another reason why these two chords work so well together is that you can come up with a really nice epic sounding kind of hook or a melody or something like that. And this is how you create this hypnotic feel. So for instance, if I've got a hook, it could be anything like Anyway, so that's just barely scratching the surface of what you can do with these two chords, but I think it's about time we got on with something for you to do. So here's some exercises that you can do to get started with these chords and get familiar with them. So first of all, let's take these two chords a little bit further down and introduce different inversions in the right hand. So here, look, we can play C major like this with our E, our G and our C. And then to move between those two chords, you're just going to move from here to F here. So that's just a normal F major triad. So we've got C, we've got F. And now, just like I did before, just start out by, and play this as slowly as you can, or as slowly as you need to get used to it, but just ride on those chords like this. Play them nice and gentle, put the sustain pedal down, and when you move here, try and keep that smoothness there. Okay, so you can practice that change to begin with. If you're struggling with octaves for now, then don't worry about it. Just play single notes. You can either play it here, like this, and then move like this, or you can play it down here, to here, or here, and here, like this. Whatever you want, it's absolutely fine, but just bear in mind, if you are struggling with octaves, just play single notes, it's fine, and then build up to it. So that's one thing you can do. Nice and relaxed with the arms, nice and relaxed with the wrists. And you see how I'm slightly sort of accenting certain strikes to get a rhythm poking through here. So you can give that a go. Just like I did before as well, we can play around with sus chords. So here, we can do the same thing, but instead of going to a proper F like this, I'll keep that G in there to get that C sus4. So we get this. struggling with those accents, don't worry about it, just go back to doing this. Just get used to it first. It's very important that you get a relaxed feeling. You want to be relaxed from the shoulders, relaxed from the wrists. Comfortable speed as well. If you have to go slower, go slower. And then we can keep the left hand on the C. So all I'm doing here is I'm going to do exactly the same thing in the right, move between these two chords, but I'll just keep this C riding through. So you see how you get on with those main chords down there. So let's move the right hand up a little bit. And yes, I know, I play them all the time, but we're going to use a power chord. And that's simply just a C, a G, and a C at the top. And there's so many things we can do with this, but I'll just give you a few so you've got a few to be getting on with. We're going to alternate here between the C and the F again, okay? But I'll just keep this riding through. And again, sus chord going. Let's bring a little melody in here, yeah? So now, watch this. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to keep this C power chord and then introduce a B in there, okay? That sounds really, really nice as that. It's like, adds that little seventh note in. And then, when I move to the F, I'm going to move to an F here, which is a normal kind of, just a normal F triad really. So we've got a C in the bass, F, A, and then C. So this is what we get. Okay. What I can also do to labour that melody a little bit here. And play around with that at the top a little bit more. It's very U2-esque. It's bugging me now. What song is that? Leave me a comment down below and tell me what song that is. I just can't remember. So there's a few exercises for you to get going, get started, get familiar with them. Now I want to show you something a little bit different with these chords, because kind of like the hidden thing behind getting used to them is that when you want to start getting creative on the piano, and I mean like when you want to sit at that piano and start playing your own music, you know, if you're familiar with these two chords, that is a good way to start. Just sticking to those two chords. It's very hard to go wrong. So what I'm going to do now is, I haven't even planned this. I honestly have not planned what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to sit at the piano and I'm going to use those two chords only. And I'm just going to play whatever comes into my mind. And, you know, I'll show you how you can create, hopefully, I'll show you how you can create some nice music. So. Cheated a bit at the end there, but you know what? You get the idea. See, I'm just taking those two chords, those F and the C and the F, and going between them. And I really hope you get like a flavour or an idea of. You can start with something so simple, like two chords, like just C and F, and given the right tools, given the right knowledge, given the right familiarity and confidence behind that piano, you can just take it into any direction you want and actually create something worth listening to, create something that you enjoy playing. And that's what these videos are all about. But that's what is so beautiful about these two chords. Just like I've done there, I mean, I cheated because I do want to take it in different places, but sometimes it's really good to restrict yourself and just go back to those two chords and really understand that, wow, you can get so much out of just two chords. It's just fantastic. So I hope that's given you loads to think about, loads to get creative with. I hope you've got enough exercises from this video that you can take away and actually do and put into practice. The best thing you can do is take this stuff and run with it and actually practice it. So get going. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that and you got something out of it. The main message I really wanted to get across is you can have so much fun and expand on just two simple chords, and hopefully this video has given you a few ideas and a few methods that you can use to really have hours and hours of fun with it. Go to creativepianoacademy.com for my latest premium resource at the time of this video. It's about the best adult practice plan, so grab yourself a copy of that. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel, you know what to do, and I'll see you in the next video.